Hi guys, welcome to today's tutorial. I'm Yinky and today I'll be showing you how to make this trendy Bubu lace style. So in today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to cut and how to sew this beautiful Bubu dress. So if this is what you're looking for, let's get started. So this kind of Bubu dress has a kind of stand-up collar and it has an overlap slit at the center front. So you can see the sleeve is kind of ruched sleeve. So the first thing is the type of material you are using. I'll be using a lace fabric, and this is the lace fabric I'm using. The length is always like 45 to 50 inches in length, and here I'll be folding it vertically, not horizontally. So the reason why I'm folding it vertically is so that I'll be able to get my accurate dress length here. So I'll just go ahead and fold into two. So after I've folded into two, this is what I have. Then, so I forgot to tell you that I use 4 yards for this style. 4 yards will be okay. So after folding into two, I'll fold like this. I'll fold into 4. You can see the way I'm folding into 4, so that by the time what I have here, I can cut the front and the back together. I can fold it together right here. So I place my tape measure. What I have here is 25. That means this is by 50. This lace is by 50. So I have 25. So here I'll be splitting into 2. So I have one is for the front and one is for the back here. Then I take my neck width of 4 inches. 4 inches will be good for size 10, size 12, and size 14. 4 inches will be okay. Even for size 16, 4 inches will be okay, because this kind of cloth is dress is all size. So you can see I'm notching. I'm going to notch by 3/4 of an inch or 1 inch. So I notch on that 4 inches, and here also I take the dress length and I cut off the remaining. So here I'm taking 9 inches for any overlap that you can see like that. I take 9 inches for my neck depth, but it will close up to 7 inches after I'm done. And these 4 inches that I notched the other time, I chalk it so that we can see the lines visible. And here the width of my collar is 2 inches, so I'll be taking 1.5 inches off here. 1.5 inches. By the time I fix my collar, it will go back to 2 inches. So I just mark 1.5 inches here and slant it up to the neckline to give me a V neck. So the 1.5 inches collar that will be at the center front will be taken down 1.5 inches on fold. So remember, you're going to have taken the back off. I've taken the back bodice off. So I'm only working on the front. So here I just slant it up to the neckline to make the V neckline. So here, so after that, I will take 1.5 down to the hemline of my dress, 1.5 inches. So you remember that this is on fold already. So I'll be removing the 1.5 inches later on. So after I have taken that, I'll take this 1.5 inches, I'll mark it down to the hemline. I just notched the midpoint. So I'll just take 1.5 inches down to the hemline of the dress. So remember, this is a long dress, so I've taken the length of 58 inches plus 2 inches extra sewing allowance for myself. So after that, the next thing is to cut out the way you shocked it. So I have cut it out, and because I don't need this anymore. So here, this is what I'll be placing there for the collar. So this part that has a sequin will be folded into 2. So I folded 2.5 inches. So when I open it up, it will be 5 inches. So I have 2.5 on fold. So that will be placed there to replace the collar. So the collar will now meet up back to 2 inches. So here is the back. You can see the back. The back is only, I did not cut the back neckline. I only notched by 3/4 of an inch. You don't need to cut, because this is kind of raise up collar. So you don't need to cut the back neckline. Just leave it like that. So everything will be put in shape by the time you fix your collar. So I'll be joining the shoulder to shoulder here. So remember that because it's a ruched kind of dress. That's why I did not even take any sleeve length. I used all the allowances. It is by 25, so I just used everything because I'm still going to ruche it, so I need some allowances to ruche it. So that's why I didn't even take off any allowance on the sleeve length. So and here I'm trying to attach the back to the front. I'm attaching the back to the front, as you can see. So I've attached the back to the front like so, and the open space is for the collar. So I'm trying to take the measurement where I'll fix the collar right now. So I'll take the measurement like so. I'll take it from this end to the other end like so. So I'll just take the measurement. Whatever I have like 132 inches all through. So whatever I'm going to cut now, the length will be 132 inches. And I told you that the width on fold is 2.5, so that the sewing allowance will be 0.5 and the collar width will be 2. So here, this is what I have folded, and what I want to do here is to input the cowl. So I want to cut out the cowl effect. So that's what I want to do. So I'll be doing that on both the front and the back. So as I have folded here now, I have the front and the back all together. So I take the knee length. The knee length of 38 inches is what I take here. So that's where the cowl will start. So and from there I'm going to input the hip circumference divided by 4 plus 3 inches. So you can input hip circumference divided by 4 plus 2 inches will still be okay. But for this, I want it to be very free. So I added hip circumference divided by 4. Like 40 divided by 4 is 10 plus 3 inches. That means 13. So I just input that on the knee length. So here, I'll come here and take 1 inch sewing allowance on the shoulder. 1 inch sewing allowance on the shoulder because I need a casing for the rope that I'm going to use to ruche it. So here I take the breast point 10.5. So you don't need any round sleeve anymore. Your breast point is also your round sleeve. That's where your sleeve, that's where you start sewing to the hemline. So I hope you get that. So you will understand by the time we are sewing. So here I will put the waistline. I don't really need the waistline, but I need this part when I want to snatch it, because I'm going to place a belt inside in order to be able to snatch when we are wearing the cowl bubu. So the next thing to do is to chalk out the cowl effect, and after I have done that, I'll continue to input the measurement on the knee length through to the hemline of the dress. So I'll just continue to input the measurement. I said it's 13 inches I input on fold, 13 inches down to the hemline of the dress, and chalking this, I'll just go ahead and cut out like so. And after I've cut out, we are done cutting, and the next thing to do is to take the remaining scraps on that side, because I have a kind of sequin effect on that side. So, and I want to use the sequin side for the collar. So I'll go ahead and take that part. So the scraps will not be thrown away. I'll take that scrap and cut it out. I told you the collar on fold is 2.5 with the sewing allowance of ½ inch. So after we have fixed the collar, we have 2 inches on fold. So opening it up will be 5 inches like so. So this is the collar. This is what we are going to use for the collar and the extension. So I will just join it together, and here this plain material will be used for the rope that will be used to ruche the shoulder part. So I just have like 27 inches length, and I'll cut 4 pieces of this, and the width is 2 inches. The width is 2 inches. So the four pieces of this will be cut, because we need 4 of these, 2 on each sides. So and I have cut it out 4 pieces. This is how I'm going to fold it, ½ inch on both sides, and I'll place it the ½ inch on each other. So here, this is what we have. I have done one side of the shoulder, and I have ruched one side, and I'll move to the other side and show you how that is done. So here, from the neckline through to where the rope will start, neckline through to where the rope will start. I'll chalk it like so. That place will not be ruched. That's where the rope will start. So, and then I will open it up like so. I will open it up like so and place my rope inside. After I am done doing stitching my rope, I'll place my rope inside so that the rope will start at 7 inches away from the neckline. 7 inches away from the neckline. And then I'll go ahead and stitch by the side of my sewing allowance like so. I'll just stop stitch, then I'll make sure it's not on the rope, so that the rope will be able to, I will be able to draw the rope, because if you mistakenly stitch on the rope, you won't be able to draw the rope. So you can just create, in other way, you can create the channel and pass in your rope after you have created your channel. You can still do it like that, but I just thought of it that this will be very, very fast, so that's why I prefer doing it this way. So I make sure that I'm very careful. I'm not stitching directly on the rope, so I'm stitching by the side. And when I get to that point that I marked, that I chalked, you can see that I top stitch on the rope directly. Can you see what I'm trying to do? I'll top stitch on the rope and reverse, so that by the time I'm pulling the rope, it will not pull out. So just reverse like so. That's where the ruching will start. So I'll just go ahead and stitch to the other side like so, and I'm done placing my rope. So this will be used for the ruched part, and I hope you get that. This is coming out very beautiful. And when I'm done with this part, I know that I'm done with the ruched shoulder. So I can pull it like so. You can see the effect of pulling it. So the ruching effect is coming out gradually. So you can ruch it to any length that you want, but you know that there is a stopper at a point. So you can put a stopper in your own, and if you like, you may not put a stopper. So that's where I put a stopper. You can put a stopper at any point that you want. So, and I can go ahead and knot it like so. After I have done that, I'm done with the shoulder part, and I'll move to the other part. So the next thing is to input the collar. So like I told you, the collar will run through the neckline and run through to the center front and to the hemline. So I have notched the center, the midpoint of the collar. So that's why I placed it on the neckline like so. The center back, I started from the center back, then pin it down a little, and I'll also pin it down towards my side, also the side I'm going to stitch. And this is what we have after pinning it down. Then I'm going to stitch like so, starting from the center back. I'll just go ahead using 1/2 inch to stitch. I'll go ahead and stitch like so. I'll go ahead and stitch like so with my 1/2 inch. I'll just go ahead and do that, and the remaining will be cut off. If there's anything that is remaining, it's better to have enough collar than not to have shortage of that collar. So after I have done that, I turn to the wrong side and stitch the side. So the side seam will be stitched by 1/2 inch. So you can see where I started stitching the side seam, that point that I input the breast point. So that's I told you it's my round sleeve. So I'll just go ahead and stitch by 1/2 inch and bring the collar together to get my neckline, because I'm still going to place it on each other to overlap and stitch and top stitch. So at the point you want the neckline, the depth of the neckline that you want, you're going to place it by yourself here. So, but remember, we have input it in the beginning while we were cutting. So the depth here is 7 inches. The neck depth here is 7 inches. So at that point, I'm going to pin it down and continue from there and pin it down to the hemline. So after I have done that, I'll take it to my sewing machine. Make sure you properly place it. So from that point, I'll take it to my sewing machine and go and top stitch neatly. I'll top stitch neatly, and the top stitching can end anywhere. So I open it up at the point of the knee length. So you can open it up from maybe 10 inches before the hemline of the dress, depending on how open you want the slit on the hemline to be. So and you may decide not to open it, depending on you. But this one, I opened the overlap, so by like 13 inches from the hemline. So we are almost done. And here I'm trying to top stitch the overlap, so I will top stitch to where I want to stop the top stitching, so to where I want, to the neckline, and to where the overlap will open. And so this, what I want to show you here is the snatching effect. So here you are going to stay in between the underbust and the waistline. So if your waistline is 17 inches, so I think you can come up by 1 inch. Like on 16 inches, you just mark, input your circumference measurement divided by 4. So input your circumference measurement, maybe your waist circumference measurement divided by 4. And after you input it, you're going to mark that point, and your exact waist circumference divided by 4. You are going to mark it, and you are going to move to the other side also, and also input your waist circumference divided by 4. So I would not advise you to stay on the waistline directly. Come up towards the underbust a little, so that the snatching effect will be beautiful. So this is the belt. This belt is like 1.5 inches on fold. So you can just make a simple belt and attach it on the midpoint, and use your pin to hold it on the midpoint, and later on you can tack. So this process can be tacked only to the front, not to the back. So you can see the way I did it. I turn it to the wrong side, and I will just tack it only to the front. So we've come to the end of the tutorial, and I can say this is amazing. This is beautiful. And if you have learned anything at all in this tutorial, please do me well by giving it a thumbs up, like, and also share this video. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, as lots of sewing tutorials await you on this channel. We also offer physical and online classes. If you are interested in that, you can contact the numbers on the screen, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye.